What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is McCue, and here we do marathon training. Today we are out in the Hoka Clifton edges. My first run since spraining my ankle about 10 days ago. Yeah, that's about right. So this video is kind of just going to be me going out, getting a couple miles in just to see how they feel. We're going to get back to the apartment. I'm going to take you through a lift workout that I did recently. You know, I can't be running as much on the ankles, so went in, did a little full body kind of traditional lift session. We'll go through that. And then we're gonna try out a new lens I got for the apartment, kind of the talking head shooting. It's just a more shallow aperture prime lens. So for those of you that may or may not know what that means, it just means it's a fixed depth of field. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. Welcome back. Welcome to anyone to the channel. If you're new, the numbers have been going up, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, enjoy the video. Let's run a couple miles, loosen up, and we'll see you back at the apartment eventually. All right, 2.1 miles. Let's get back inside. We'll go through the workout. By that I mean the lifting workout from yesterday. Tell you about how my ankle feels, and we'll check out that lens, and that'll be the day. I don't know. Maybe a surprise. Do those happen? I don't know. All right, let's get inside. Loving the weather. Loving the cooler temps. It's very nice. Okay. All right, what is up, everybody? I have the 50mm setup on the camera all the way on the other side of the room. We'll talk more about that towards the end of the video, but first things first, the run we just did in the sprained ankle. Just went out for 2 miles. You saw the footage. You saw a little bit of me out there. Thankfully, things are cooling down. I love being able to wear the leggings and the neck buff. It's just, I think it's more comfortable and a little bit more fun getting ready for the run. That being said, the ankle, I've been totally off it I did about 6 days off it, and I'm finally getting back into, I did a little bit of lifting, and this was the first run out there, and I'm officially not dead on STRAVA anymore. That being said, I do have the Speedgot 4, still a new pair of shoes that I really want to get into. So hopefully we can continue kind of the rehab process, and in a couple more weeks, maybe like sometime next week, we will get back out to Homestead, hit the trails, and yeah, I'll do my best to focus a little bit better on the trails coming up. Okay, so part 2 of what I wanted to talk about and show you guys a little bit is how I cross train and some of the lifting I've been doing. I took the GoPro with me to the gym. I go to the gym right here at my apartment complex. It's really cool. You can request your like 1 hour time slot, and they will have no more, only 2 people can request a time slot at a time. So you know that there's not going to be a bunch of people around, at most 1 other person. Every time I've gone so far, been the only one there, which is really great also when you're trying to film yourself. So yeah, I'll roll some of the footage up there of me lifting, and I'll just kind of walk you through the very traditional lifting exercises that I do when I'm in the gym. So first things first, I get in there and I want to bench press. So that's a chest exercise. I'm going to go into 3 sets of bench press, and I'm going to combine that with the leg lifts, which is kind of a core and even a little bit of a lower back if you get your back off the rest. I tend to keep my back against that kind of rest. I don't have a supersonic core. That's just the truth of the matter. The second superset is going to be the wide pull downs on the wide grip machine. So using the wide pull down is really nice because you can set it to 60 to 70 pounds, and you can get more reps in that 10 to 12 range. I tend to prefer doing that. And I'm gonna go ahead and superset that with leg extensions. Again, this is on the machine. I really like to do one leg at a time. I really like to see what each leg can do. And also, I had surgery back in college on my left knee, and that has ever since been kind of a little bit, it takes a little bit more to get it going. It tends to be a little bit more painful when I am doing kind of focused leg extensions and focused leg work. So being able to individualize that is really beneficial for me. Next thing we're doing is a superset of just curls, kind of a bicep pump, and then you have your dumbbell swings, which is really like a whole body workout, honestly. You know, you're doing a little bit of squat, you're tightening your core as you extend, your arms are obviously holding on, your forearms and your hands are holding on to the dumbbell itself. So yeah, that's great exercise. And then swimmers, I call them swimmers. Really, they're just kind of like shoulder raises, front and side, lat raises if you want to call them that. But again, this is kind of just completing a full body workout. For this superset, I only do 2 times all the way through. I don't know, not trying to push it. So my last superset is going to be decline crunches, which is just, you know, another core engaging exercise. It's something I can't do at home, so it is fun to include it when I do go to the gym. And I'm gonna go ahead and superset that with just straight up dumbbell squats. Pick like kind of a lower dumbbell, a lower weight, as opposed to if you were at a full-on gym. Generally, you know, the bar itself is 45 pounds. You're probably gonna be adding on, I mean, for me, I would probably start squatting at the gym around 135 plus. But it is kind of nice to do a lighter weight. Here, I think I did like 40 pounds and just did a little bit of a higher rep rather than a lower rep, higher intensity. That's definitely not what I'm going for, especially because I'm doing this specifically because I am injured and I can't get out there and just get a good run in. And then the last thing I did was just kind of a one set of shoulder press and just kind of pump that out until your shoulders really hurt. I think that's a really good thing. I picked that up also in college. Just once you complete your workout, if there's anything you think you didn't really push all the way on, or you just feel like you want to get a little bit more of a pump in, honestly, go ahead, grab a lighter weight and do that set of like 13 to 15 reps and just make sure you're walking out of there with a little bit of a more complete workout. Okay guys, and one final thing I did want to talk about is I am shooting this on the Canon 50mm 1.8 aperture lens, which I know to all the runners out there that is complete mumbo jumbo, but basically it's a 50mm lens, which means it's fixed. I can't zoom in, I can't zoom out. It is this fixed focal length. But the 1.8 is, it's a really cool benefit because that is aperture and that is how narrow my depth of field is, so it should create a nice blurred out background, and it should keep me nice and focused, being that it is a Canon lens on a Canon body. Native lenses do much better with autofocus systems. That being said, it took me probably about 20 minutes to set this up, decide where I wanted to shoot in the apartment, because the camera's actually about 10 feet from me, whereas when I shoot on the wider lens, I can shoot wherever I want because it's like 2.5 feet in front of me. So I will say I will probably be jumping back to my normal setup, although it's fun to change things up a little bit. I do think this looks good. I think it sounds good. Sounds doesn't really matter, but like I've got my kind of, you know, my logo and my name in case you forgot where you were. So I think the setup looks good, but I will most likely be going back to the wide angle lens for the talking portions. But I can use this one with the shallow depth of field to get some really cool B-roll footage. And for an example, I'm gonna shoot some of that up right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with me for this video. It is mainly an update on what's been going on with me, the injury process, a little bit of lifting, and some new gear that hopefully we'll be adding to the entertainment factor and the cinematic factor on this channel. If you like this video at all, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I hope to see you in more videos, and peace. So if this is your first video, I tend to run these out now. Just talking to myself. Sometimes there's Easter eggs and these last like 20 seconds, but most of the time not. yeah, that's it.